1, 2, 3. How is everybody doing? I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. Tis I, the Native Patriot. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know that it has been a while since I've posted any content to this channel of mine. I've been neglecting this channel because I've been pretty busy with school and work. And before I continue with the video, the title is somewhere up above or down below. I wanted to talk about why I chose Texas over Arizona when I left California. TLDR, the point of the video is because I wanted to try something new because I used to live in Arizona before I lived in California. So just to get that out of the way, I know there's probably going to be people like, why are you rambling? You're taking too long. That's the point of the video. You got what you wanted. Also, if this is one of your first times watching one of my videos, I tend to upload political commentary, my thoughts, my opinions and stuff like that. From the perspective of somebody who is on the political right or leans to the political right. This video is going to kind of be politically geared because that's just what my channel is, just forewarning you. Some of you may or may not know that I used to live in California, and that's where I came from before I moved here to Texas. And before I left California, I actually used to live in Arizona for about a year back in 2012, 2013. Why I chose to move to Phoenix, Arizona specifically was because I was in my early 20s back then and I wanted to continue my education. I chose ASU because I got accepted, and also because Phoenix was a bigger city than where I grew up. I'm originally from Albuquerque, New Mexico, born and raised. Of the cities, the bigger cities around Albuquerque, New Mexico, I thought that I would go to Phoenix because I like the idea of like desert and palm trees and all that stuff. Back then in my early 20s, even though I didn't vote and stuff, like I did skew to the political left. So I didn't really realize that after I decided to leave Arizona and move to California, that I was kind of leaving a good place behind. And again, viewers, if you don't agree with my politics and stuff like that, like you're probably not going to agree with me, which is fine. Back then, it was so much cheaper. Even though I was living in the hood, not in the best place, I was only paying like $350 a month for a 1-bedroom, all utilities paid. And this is in the Phoenix metro area. Again, it was in the hood, but that was so cheap. And the job that I was working, I was making so much money, and I honestly don't even know where all of that money went. I got bored of Arizona. I eventually moved to California. After living in California for like almost 7, 8, 9 years, I forget how many years, I was gonna choose to move back to Arizona because I had a lot of friends. Even though I lived in Arizona for only like less than a year or about a year, I developed a lot of friendships that I still continue to have friends there to this day. And when I go visit Arizona, I go visit my friends there because I still keep in touch with them. So my options after leaving California was Arizona or Texas, or I was actually thinking Florida as well. And I was considering Las Vegas, like Nevada, but I thought to myself, okay, so I could move back to Phoenix, Arizona, where I have all my friends. I could continue my education because I've already attended ASU. I could go to Texas, which again, if you're on the political right, you hear a lot about Texas. You hear how Republican it is and how much of a red state and freedom and, you know, blah, 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 all this stuff. It's kind of like a big deal. And Texas itself, aside from its politics, is actually a big deal. Texas is probably one of the only states that I know is so big on state pride, which is pretty cool. I think I just ultimately decided that I wanted to try something different. So I didn't choose Arizona and I chose Texas to move to. And I'm kind of glad that I made that decision to move to Texas instead, because as I said earlier in this video, that the reason I left California was because of the politics. And learning recently in the last like less than a year, Arizona elected their Democratic governor, and it's just like, I don't know, Arizona now is so expensive. I mean, obviously a lot of places are. I've seen protests at ASU over the past couple of years, especially the one concerning Kyle Rittenhouse, which I think I have a video reaction to that somewhere on this channel. So I don't know. I'm obviously making a generalization, but it just seems like Phoenix and Arizona is declining, and I don't mean that with any disrespect. If it hadn't started shifting blue, I would probably go there. But ultimately, that's pretty much why I didn't choose to move back to Arizona, to kind of put bullet points and all of that. Arizona, especially Phoenix, where I was going to move back to, super expensive. The fact that it was kind of shifting more blue was a reason, and then I also wanted to try something different. I've never lived in Texas before, and I wanted to try what Texas had to offer. So far, I'm liking what I like here in Texas. I've been here since 2021. That's kind of just my opinion, my thoughts as to why I chose not to move back to Arizona and to move to Texas. Anyways, if you haven't already, follow me on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, at The Native Patriot. And also, if you have an Odyssey account, follow me on Odyssey at The Native Patriot as well. So I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.